So you have paperwork that you go back to when you go back to Rome, plus the work of the council and so on. So, but it goes very fast. So after 7 years, I was back. I came back to the Philippines, and then I finished my doctorate in counseling psychology here in DLSU, and then with a PhD, that means I'm eligible to be a president of university. So I became president of Bacolod, Salle Bacolod, for 8 years. 8 years. I thought at the end of I would finish 9 years and then finish. Then Manila. So this is now my 4th year in Manila. So looking back, I saw many challenges, but also many blessings. Working with people, setting goals, achieving them, seeing progress in a school or among faculty or among students. And those are, in a way, the blessings. The challenges are there, and there are also blessings with that. And God continues to guide and inspire what I'm doing.
So my next question is, if you could go back in time and meet your 21-year-old self, what advice or wisdom would you give him? Or
Well, I would say maybe make the most of the occasions you can have. You can be teaching young people, because in a way, after a few years of teaching, I became an administrator. And being an administrator is a bit separate from contact with young people. It's more with the faculty, with other administrators, with parents, and so on. So, when you're young, make the most of that, because oftentimes the brothers are teaching in the classroom, but many of the brothers move up to administrative assignments for that. But in a way, the core of the brothers' vocation is really to be with the young people, to be a brother to them. So I would tell my young self, make the most, because in the future you will be moving away from, in a way, the classroom into office work.
away from the community?
Not the community. The community is always there, but I mean the community of young people.
Yeah.
And
The learning minds.
yes, yeah. So although some brothers are able to combine both. Some brothers, like, I don't know if you know Brother Hans. Brother Hans is handling classes, undergraduate and graduate classes, and yet now this year he's department chair, so he's combining the two.
So
That would be my advice too.
because maybe you enjoy teaching a lot.
Yes,
People.
yes, yeah. And yeah, that's where you enjoy teaching. That's where you get to see young people develop or help them learn or discover new things. And I think that's always something that is part of the vocation of the brother.
And it was the reason for your calling teaching.
Correct, yeah.
That's what you
Originally,
enjoy.
yeah.
So, second to the last question is, what is your goal mission in life today?
Today, well, uh, as as president of a university, the challenge is always to set goals together with the other members of the academic community, which we did. We had a strategic planning workshop, and we set goals for the next 3 to 5 years. So we were looking at well, we have the university mission vision statement, so that continues to be important. But applying it to the next, we're looking at the next 3 to 5 years where there are new challenges because of K to 12, because of what they call the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence technology is changing so many things. So we came up with 3 words, which I think is in a way what I also see myself as. Okay, my role is also to make sure that we are moving in that direction. So one of them is excellence, in terms of the education, the services that are offered. The other one is connectedness. In other words, again, because of technology, but also because the challenge is no longer each one teaching something. In other words, there has to be multidisciplinary, or what let's say, which your major computer
Computer science.
computer science, and somebody who is into humanities. In other words, okay, it's not just a computer. There's also human interaction, human values. In other words, it's not all algorithms. There has to be truth. There has to be beauty. That's important for you. Otherwise, one's personality becomes lopsided. So it has to be balanced so that you can appreciate art, you can appreciate music, you can appreciate. So connectedness is important. Or even the problems that, traffic is not just traffic lights or traffic laws. There are also people concerns have to enter into the picture. So we said excellence, connectedness, and then the third one is agility, meaning things are changing so fast. We have to be adaptable. We have to be ready to create new things. Be creative, be innovative about what we're doing. So those are 9, I think, very good challenges for us. How do we, as a university, do that? So either as a classroom teacher, or as an administrator or staff member. So whether I'm in the library or in the lab, or how are we pursuing that? So I think that's something very challenging. As president, it's sort of like, how do you orchestrate that? In other words, that I cannot be the one in the classroom, but I can ask, okay, what are we doing so that the teacher in the classroom has the facilities? So we're trying out modern classroom where there's enough new equipment to help the faculty and the students in terms of So maybe the desk should not be, all. It could be around the table, and then so that they can work as groups, things like those. I don't know if you've seen the modern classroom we have. So far, we have two of them in Yuchenko.
Oh, Yuchenko.
In Yuchenko, fourth floor, I think, or so. But we're planning other classrooms around the campus. So things like those, the approach of the teachers, that it's not the teacher who does all the lecturing, but the teacher tells the students, okay, take a look at this video or read this article, and then let's discuss it. So, or the students go to wherever they want, and then they can bring it up in class. What they've learned, they can share or maybe present us a different point of view to what is happening. So those are maybe now is the kind of the exciting thing to be done, because then we're looking at what are the new things. So we're looking at the program Canvas,
Yes.
so that the teachers can use that, and the students can also present their work or take, get their notes from there, or take quizzes or whatever, submit their.
It's like an online collaboration.
Correct. Yeah. So things like those are part of the whole area.
So the three goals in vision that you always take in mind is excellence, connectivity, and agile.
Agile or agility.
And brother, my last question is, what is your definition of greatness or great life?
Greatness. I think each of us has a certain chemistry of strengths and weaknesses, or areas that are where we are given talents, and areas where maybe lacking something. I think greatness is how do you maximize all the gifts that you have? How do you overcome maybe the limitations that you happen to be born with, or whether because of genetics or because of social conditions or family situation. Each one is different, but yet each one is invited to be great or to be excellent. So how do you arrive at that? By taking your own mixture of great skills, talents, abilities, and then overcome maybe some limitations that are there, but because of effort or work with others, or getting assistance from others, or personal struggle also, then you're able to go beyond that. So I think greatness is at the very end, how were you able to manage? How do you deal with success because you have talents for that? How do you deal with failure because failures do come? How did you were you able to stand up again when you fell down, or were you able to help others in terms of not only taking care of yourself but also sharing your own gifts with others? I think greatness is a combination of those different ways in which the person looks at what's inside him, or puts together the gifts and the talents together with the challenges and limitations in his life, and then moves it further.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Excellent interview. Thank you, brother.
All right. Good luck. Okay.